Hello again. Welcome to lesson number 2. Today's lesson is called Choosing Your Actions. Choose your actions. Sometimes we just go about our day and we keep repeating the same thing over and over again without even thinking where that's going to lead us. We want a certain life and we admire other people's lives and we say, oh, I wish I had that. I wish I was living like that. But how can you wish for something and you don't even do what they did to have that kind of life that they're living? We are absolutely responsible for most of the things that happen in our life. If you really think about it, I'm not talking here about having control over the weather like hurricanes and typhoons and earthquakes. No, there's so many decisions that we make throughout the day, daily decisions, weekly decisions. And if we would make other decisions, our life would turn out a different way. You know, if we decide to date the particular guy, for example, we are the ones who decided to date him, right? We've decided to marry that person. We've decided to accept that particular position at that particular company. We've decided not to go to the gym. We've decided to eat carrots. We've decided to eat peanuts or chips too much. I'm mentioning chips because that had been my weakness for a long time. But what I'm trying to say is that our life is the result of all the decisions we've made in our life. Yes, bad circumstances can happen. Look at me, for example. I had no control over the abuse I suffered as a kid. But did I have the decision to transform my life? Yes. And, I don't like talking about regrets, but had I decided to change my life like 30 years ago, my life would have been different, right? But I decided to change my life only like 10 years ago. Yeah, 10 years. Oh my goodness, it's been 10 years already. If you don't take control of your life, then we cannot complain if others have control over our life. It's plain and simple. If you don't know where you're going in your life, if you don't have a sense of purpose, if you don't know your values, if you don't know who in the world you are, you're going to make different decisions, and this is not necessarily the best ones that you could make for you, for yourself. So knowing who you are and making the best possible decisions for your life is a great step towards taking your power back. So that's what today is called, Choose Your Actions. Now let's take a look at the actions you want to stop doing. Did you download your sheet? Have you been doing the homework from last week? I hope so. Because these exercises, they kind of build upon each other. So hopefully you've done the exercises from last week. If you haven't, please stop this video. Just stop this video and go back, because it's not going to help just listening to me. It's doing the work that's you're going to have some breakthroughs by doing the actual work. Just answer the questions I've asked. That's all I'm asking. So, but if you've done your homework, congratulations, that's amazing. So now, on choosing your actions, number one is you want to stop. Okay, write down, I want to stop doing these following actions. What are they? Are there things you're not comfortable with that you're doing, you don't want to do? Are there things that you wish you would stop doing that you're still doing? This is all about taking your power back. So let's say you're a very busy person and people are always volunteering you for your time. You know, oh, Julie will do this. Oh, Liz will do that. And then you don't have your power back yet. So you say, oh, okay, yeah, I can do that. Sure, I will. Do you do things like that? Do you want to stop doing that? Because let's face it, you're busy. And maybe you don't want to volunteer all your time to something else because you have other goals that you need to work on. That's one example. There's so many other things that maybe you want to stop doing. Maybe you want to stop doing so much overtime at work. Maybe it's something that completely goes against what you believe in that you want to stop doing. You know, if a person is asking you to lie for them all the time, you want to stop doing that. So write a list of all the things you want to stop doing. And then I want you to take a look at all of these actions one by one. And I want you to write beside each of them, what is the benefit of doing that action? What is it benefiting me, like you, and others? Okay, so what, I lost my train of thought. Take all the actions and write what is benefiting you and what is benefiting others if you keep on doing, when you do those actions. And then the question number 2 has 2 parts. Then I want you to take the same actions, okay? Now I want you to write what your loss is. And you may not have any, but I promise you, if you think hard enough, you'll find it. So what is the loss to yourself and to others that you have by doing these actions? Let's say people are always asking you to babysit their kids, and it's interfering with your own self-care, because that's the only time off you have during the week, and you don't have that time because you always babysit 3 kids because you're helping such and such friend. And you do this constantly, so you want to stop doing that. So what is it benefiting you? What is one of the benefits of that? Well, one benefit could be you feel needed, you feel important, you feel loved. Now let's look at the loss of that action. So what are you losing when you keep on doing that over and over again that you don't want to do? Take the babysitting example again. Your loss could be tiredness. You're getting tired, you're getting sick, so you're losing your health. You're losing time for yourself. It's preventing you from developing another hobby or business. So do you know where I'm going with this? So take each of the actions that you want to stop doing and write beside each one of them the benefit and the loss. Okay. Now, the third question is similar, but it's what do you want to start doing? What kind of actions do you want to start doing? Maybe you want to start running. Maybe you want to go see a movie once a week. Maybe you want to start saying no to somebody. Maybe you want to start setting boundaries, putting little fences around you for certain people, but you haven't been able to do that yet. So what kind of actions do you want to start doing? And again, the next step would be, what are the benefits of these actions you want to start doing? And the benefits to yourself and to others. Let's say you want to start jogging in the morning. What benefit would that be? Well, get back into shape. Maybe your mind will be clearer. You'll lose some weight. You'll have more muscle tone. You'll have more energy. Now let's look at the losses. Okay, let's take real hard on this one. If you want to start running, what could be a loss? Okay, well, instead of watching TV, you'll be running. So okay, the loss would be your favorite TV show. Getting up early in the morning. The loss would be to put it in your schedule and start developing that new habit. With these exercises, you're going to have a better picture of why it is important to start doing what you want to start doing and what you want to stop doing as well. You'll understand better why it needs to be done. And you'll get to the point where you'll know that, oh my gosh, if I don't stop doing these things, this is how my life's going to be. Or if I don't start doing these things, this is what I'm going to lose. Right? If I don't start putting boundaries, then people will walk all over me forever, right? So these exercises are so, so powerful. It might look like silly exercises, but trust me, every single one of these little exercises I'm giving you is very important. They all work together like magic. So again, choose your actions, because things are changed only and only when you start doing something different. If you want to get healthy, what do you have to do? Well, you have to start doing the things that make people healthy. If you want to have better relationships, of course you need to set boundaries. Because if you don't set these little boundaries, and I call them little because sometimes, I don't know, sometimes they can seem insurmountable. If we don't start doing the things we really want to stop, if we don't stop doing the things we want to stop doing, and if we don't start doing the things we really want to start doing, our life is going to remain the same. And you don't want that. Because you've taken this course in the hopes to taking your power back. Because that is clearly the very first step. And you know, when I say taking your power back, it doesn't mean, you know, being a bitch or being this power hungry woman that steps on everybody else. No, that's not what it means, right? But it means taking, like being in control of who you are, making your own decisions, not letting other people dictate what you're supposed to be doing, especially if it doesn't agree with who you are. So I know so many people that, including myself years ago, where I was such a person, a people pleaser, and I was just doing things. I mean, I spent money on things that I should not even spend money on, just to try to please other people. I would buy people's lunches. You know, oh, I'll get that, Tab. Oh, you need that dress? I'll buy it for you. I've spent so much money on so many different people, money I could have used to pay down debts. I've created debt by helping other people. And I did that, why? Because I wanted them to like me. It made me feel important. Made me feel special because I was able to help them financially. But had I owned my power, I would have set some boundaries, right? And I would have been able to say, I would love to buy that for you, but at this point in my life, I can't do it. I have other priorities I need to spend money on. So it's very important that we start taking responsibility for our own life, because if we are not in control, somebody else will be driving your life. The circumstances around your life will dictate how you live your life. You'll be going around like this. you know, taking detours, not even knowing where the hell you're going. So I want you to really pay attention to what kind of life you want to live and start taking action. Really think about what kind of life you want. And make sure all the decisions that you make go along with the end result that you want. Every decision you make is creating our life. Let's say, like I'm talking to you now, let's say I decided not to do these videos for you. Well, I would not be helping you. And that's my goal, is to help people. Now, let's say you had decided not to take this free course. Just imagine where your life would have been had you just continued living the way you've been living. So every decision we take affects our life, whether it's good or bad. And a lot of times we make bad decisions. I'm a strong believer in everything happens for a reason, but you know what? Sometimes we have to admit that we make bad decisions. I know I've made tons of bad decisions. But the more I'm learning about life and about goals and about just wonderful things I'm learning, it's just like those bad decisions can be omitted. Okay? You can start by doing great decisions. And sometimes it's hard to decide what's a good decision and what's a bad decision. That's why you need to know who you are and where you're going, what kind of life you want. And by taking your power back, you will get there. And we will talk about all this stuff in further videos. And I'm so pleased that you have, now you're on week 2. This is lesson number 2. And see, you're changing your life already by doing these exercises. So that is lesson 2. So do this homework. And again, if you're having any kind of difficulty, just please get a hold of me. Put it in the Facebook group, or email me. I've given you all the links to all of that. So just reach out. Reach out to me anytime. Because next week is going to be a more difficult exercise. Okay? I'm not going to tell you what it is now. But we're going to go deeper. So much deeper. But it has to be done. Because you know what? You want to take your power back. And I'm going to help you get there. So again, I'm very excited for you because I know your results are going to be amazing. And have a wonderful week. And I will see you in the next video.